$210 million. Let that number sink in for a second, Blue Jays Nation. The biggest free agent contract in the history of this franchise has just been handed to a guy coming off a 4.55 ERA. And I am here to tell you exactly why it is the most brilliant, calculated, and ruthless move the front office has ever made. Dylan Cease is officially a Toronto Blue Jay on a massive 7-year deal. And as we gear up for the home opener at the Rogers Center this Friday, the entire landscape of the American League just experienced a seismic shift. We aren't just looking to make the playoffs anymore. We are buying the arms necessary to completely dominate the AL East battle. Looking at the roster moves today, every Jays fan knows that handing out a $210 million contract is completely uncharacteristic for this ownership group. For years, we have watched top-tier free agent pitchers use Toronto as leverage to get more money from New York or Los Angeles. Not this time. The front office looked at the window of contention, looked at the primes of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Bo Bichette, and decided to push all their chips into the middle of the table. But to understand why Dylan Cease is the missing piece to our championship puzzle, and why Vegas currently has him at plus 3,000 to win the American League Cy Young Award, which is absolute highway robbery. By the way, we have to look past the surface-level numbers of his 2025 season and dive deep into the analytics. Let's get the ugly out of the way first. Last year with the San Diego Padres, Cease posted an 8-12 record with a 4.55 ERA. If you just look at the back of his baseball card, you might be screaming at your television right now, wondering why we just gave this guy the GDP of a small island nation. But here is the reality. Dylan Cease was the victim of some of the most atrocious batted ball luck and horrific infield defense in all of Major League Baseball last season. His batting average on balls in play or BOBIP was astronomically high. He was inducing weak contact, he was getting ground balls, and the Padres' defense was simply not making the plays behind him. Now, contrast that with the defensive juggernaut we have built here in Toronto. The strategic outlook for Cease changes entirely when he steps onto the mound at the Rogers Center. He is going from a leaky defensive unit in San Diego to an absolute fortress in Toronto. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has transformed himself into a premier defensive first baseman who scoops everything out of the dirt. We have elite range in the outfield. When Cease gets a ground ball or a soft line drive in 2026, it is going to be an out. That alone is going to shave a full run off his ERA. But Cease isn't just a pitch-to-contact guy. He is one of the most terrifying strikeout artists of this generation. From 2021 to 2025, for 5 consecutive seasons, Dylan Cease has struck out 200 or more batters. Do you understand how rare that kind of durability and dominance is in today's game? We are talking about a 30-year-old veteran who finished second in the AL Cy Young voting in 2022, a guy who struck out 227 batters that year and took a no-hitter into the 9th inning against the Twins. He has the pedigree of an absolute ace. Let's talk about the spring training cuts and how this rotation is officially constructed, because John Schneider's chessboard just got a whole lot more intimidating. By locking down Cease, the Blue Jays have created a two-headed monster at the top of the rotation with Kevin Gausman. Think about the nightmare this presents for opposing managers in a postseason push. You have to face Gausman's devastating, diving splitter on Friday night. And then on Saturday, you have to step into the box against Dylan Cease, who is sitting at 97 miles per hour with a wipeout slider that falls off the table. And we already saw the proof of concept down in Dunedin. Cease's performance this spring was nothing short of spectacular. In 9.2 innings of work, he posted a microscopic 0.93 ERA, 0.93 WHIP, and struck out 12 batters. His fastball had that explosive late life, and his slider was making big league hitters look like they were swinging underwater. He is completely dialed in. The transition to a new team, a new league, and a new pitching lab under Pete Walker has clearly rejuvenated him. Walker has a legendary track record of taking high-stuff guys and refining their mechanics to unlock their ultimate ceiling. Robbie Ray won a Cy Young here. Kevin Gausman became a perennial finalist here. Dylan Cease is next in line. Furthermore, This signing has a massive ripple effect on our organizational depth, because we went out and bought a guaranteed 32 starts and 200 innings. Cease led the majors in starts from 2021 to 2024. By the way, we don't have to rush our young arms. The prospect watch can actually be a patient process now. We were able to make our final spring training cuts and send our high-ceiling pitching prospects down to the Buffalo Bisons to properly develop. We don't need to throw a 22-year-old kid to the Wolves at Yankee Stadium in May because of an injury crisis. Cease provides an anchor of stability. He eats innings, he saves the bullpen, and he allows the front office to keep our prospect capital intact for potential trade deadline upgrades. Let's pivot to the fan sentiment and the media pulse, because the reaction in Toronto over the last 48 hours has been absolutely chaotic. If you turn on TSN or listen to the talking heads on Sportsnet, there is a very vocal segment of the media that is terrified of the 7-year term. They are looking at the back end of this contract when Cease is 36 and 37 years old, and they are sweating over the luxury tax implications. And if you scroll through X, you see fans debating whether this money should have been saved for Vladdy's impending mega extension. But in my opinion, that is a loser's mentality. You do not win World Series rings by worrying about the payroll in 2032. You win by capitalizing on the talent you have in the clubhouse right now. George Springer is not getting any younger. Chris Bassett is a veteran. This core is built to win today. The front office recognized that the AL East is an absolute bloodbath. The Orioles are young and relentless. The Yankees have a terrifying lineup, and the Rays never go away. To survive the grueling 162-game marathon in this division, you need workhorses. You need a guy who is going to take the ball every fifth day, stare down Aaron Judge or Adley Rutschman, and strike them out on 3 pitches. Dylan Cease is that guy. The psychological impact of this signing on the clubhouse cannot be overstated. When ownership drops $210 million on a starting pitcher right before opening day, it sends a shockwave through the locker room. It tells Vladdy, Bo, and Springer, we believe in you. We are giving you the weapons to go win a championship. It removes all the excuses. The front office has done their job. Now, it is entirely on the players and the coaching staff to execute. When you look at the plus 3,000 odds for Cease to win the Cy Young, it is the best value bet in baseball right now. He is leaving a bad defensive team in National League and joining a Gold Glove caliber defense in the American League. He is pitching for a contract that validates his status as an elite arm. He has the velocity, he has the breaking stuff, and most importantly, he has the durability. If Cease simply pitches to his career averages with this Blue Jays defense behind him, his ERA will naturally plummet back down into the low 3.00s. If Pete Walker unlocks even 5% more efficiency in his delivery, we are looking at a sub 3.00 ERA and 230 strikeouts. So, here is my final verdict on the Dylan Cease acquisition. Ross Atkins and the front office absolutely nailed this. Yes, $210 million is a staggering amount of money, and yes, a 7-year commitment to a pitcher always carries inherent risk. But scared money don't make money. The Toronto Blue Jays identified a massive market inefficiency, a Cy Young caliber pitcher whose value was artificially deflated by a terrible defense in San Diego, and they pounced on it. They brought in a durable high-strikeout ace to pair with Kevin Gausman, effectively creating the most intimidating top-of-the-rotation duo in the American League. This is the exact type of aggressive, win-now move that championship organizations make. The excuses are over. The roster is set. The Rogers Center is going to be shaking on Friday night. I want to hear from every single one of you in Blue Jays Nation. Did Ross Atkins overpay, or is Dylan Cease the final piece to our World Series puzzle? Are you throwing money on those plus 3,000 Cy Young odds? Get down in the comments right now and drop a Go Jays to welcome our new $210 million man to Toronto. And if you want the most relentless, hard-hitting, insider Blue Jays coverage all season long, you need to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel right now. We are chasing a ring this year, and we are just getting started. Go Jays!